A very good morning. I am Dr. Y. Sucharita. Today I am going to teach about LR passes. LR passes, the definition of LR passes is left to right, rightmost derivation. Left to right, rightmost derivation. In reverse, rightmost derivation. Actually, whenever we have been started the bottom up parsing, that is a shift reduce parser, there we have seen one example how we are doing the rightmost derivation in reverse. That means that deriving the derivation tree by reducing it to the symbols, reducing to the symbols in the sense non-terminals, and whenever we are keep on reducing the input, finally we should reach to the start symbol. That is what actually we mean rightmost derivation in reverse. Okay, so here the first L is a and R, left to right, rightmost derivation. So therefore this is called LR parsers. So actually in the LR parsers, what we are trying to do is we are trying to parse the given grammar into a canonical collection of items. That is the canonical collection of items. We will call it as LR0 items. Canonical collection of items are called constructing LR0 items. So what is LR0 items is generating the item sets. Say for example, if we have a grammar A derives X, Y, Z. Say assume this is the context free grammar. For this grammar, by using the dot product means before the symbol, before the production rule, we have to use the dot in order to visit every terminal and non-terminal and making sure that the string has to be accepted by your machine. If any error is there, automatically it will send to the error recovery techniques. Okay, so therefore let us see how we have to shift the dot symbol in the LR0 item. Say I am telling that this is a context free grammar, A derives X, Y, Z. By using dot before the production rule, that means A derives dot XYZ is a production rule. We have to shift the symbol till the ending of the symbols, that is X dot. Whenever we are shifting this dot towards to the next symbol, then it will be the X dot YZ, and in the next production it will be like X dot XY dot Z. And finally after shifting the dot we will reach to the final symbol, that is this is called reduce. Here from starting 1 2 3 times we have shifted the dot, whereas after reaching the end of the production rule, this is called a reduce action. Okay, so all these are shift actions, means we are shifting the symbol to the next input symbol, whereas after ending of the production rule, this is called a reduce action. Okay, so shift action, reduce action, and we have another two actions also, that is accept. That means that the grammar successfully completion of your grammar, then it is said to be the grammar has been accepted. Okay, and next one is we have another action also, that is a error. That means if any symbols are giving a wrong message, or else if we are not following any syntax rules at a particular stage, then it is said to be a error. Therefore we have these four types of actions for bottom up parsing, entire the shift reduce parser as well as LR parsers also. And come to the next stage, that is actually what is LR parsers, how many types of LR parsers we have. Okay, in types of LR parsers, we have three types of LR parsers. Those are: The very first one is simple LR, that is SLR. We will call it as, in short form, we will call it as a SLR. And the second one is CLR, that means canonical collection of LR. Canonical LR, that is CLR. And finally we have the third one, that is a look ahead LR, that is LALR. LALR. Okay, that means look ahead LR. So among these three, the CLR parser is more powerful, because here this is a very powerful one, because every time by seeing upon a symbol we have to again pass it. So therefore CLR is a very complicated compared to both the SLR and LLR, and it contains more number of item sets compared to SLR and LLR. Now we will see the very first one, that is how to construct a SLR. And in the SLR again we have for every parser, first of all we have to construct the canonical zero items. After that construct the parsing table, that is SLR 1. Here 0 refers to the canonical collection of item sets. Only just we will construct the item sets only, that is from I0 to some IN states. Whereas here if in the examination they ask SLR1, that means that you have to construct the canonical collection LR0 items, plus you have to construct the parsing table. So 1 refers to what? No multiply defined entries. That is a meaning. That means if the parsing table does not contains a multiple entries, then it is said to be in that SLR. Okay, and next one is CLR0 and CLR1. CLR0 means just constructing again the canonical collection of items. CLR1 means again it consists of the CLR0 plus parsing table. Similarly for LALR also, LALR0 and LALR1. Okay, every time you have to check that whether it is a SLR or CLR or LALR by constructing the parsing table only. And one more important concept here is LR0 and SLR0 both are same, means the same construction. Whereas in the examination point of view, if they ask that LR1 or CLR1, both are same. Okay. For confusion, for confusing, they might give sometimes the LR0. That means the similarly it is a SLR0. Whereas sometimes they will give LR1. LR1 means everyone will think that LR0. After that we will construct parsing. Not like the parsing table. Not like that. The LR1 means you have to construct a CLR0 plus a CLR1 parsing table and item sets. Okay. So this is what a simple thing. And next one, let us start with the first technique, that is SLR. Okay, 1 minute. And next one is SLR. As I said, LR0, sorry, LR0 or SLR0, canonical collection of item sets. In this canonical collection of item sets, first of all we have to take I naught as an initial item set to generate the canonical collections. Like by taking I naught, suppose if there is a grammar, consider the grammar. Say this is my grammar, ma. That is E derives E plus T or T, and the second production is T derives T star F or F, and finally F derives within the brackets E or ID. Say suppose this is a grammar, a context free grammar. Now the very first point what we need to do is we have to break the given production into a individual production rule. Like in the E production we have two production rules, that is E derives E plus T or T is one production rule, and in the T also we have two productions. Again in the F also we have two productions. So what I am saying is you have to break the production given grammar into a individual production rule like this. E derives E plus T, say make this as a rule number 1, and in the rule number 2 in the E production itself we have another rule, that is E derives T, and in the third rule we have the next rule, that is T derives T star F, and the fourth one is T derives F, and in the fifth rule we have F derives within the brackets E, and in the sixth final rule, that is F derives ID. Now for first step what I did, for the given grammar I have broken the individual production rules, gave the numbering, and I am keeping this aside. Okay. Now coming back to the construction of LR0 items, that is starting with I naught. First of all, for every grammar, the concept behind this construction of LR parsers is to use the dot before the non-terminal, so that after dot non-terminal means we have to include the production symbols. Means whatever the production say that non-terminal consists, we have to include. That is a concept. So therefore, what is the start symbol here? The start symbol is a E. In order to enter the E symbol into the machine, so what we will do is we cannot directly enter E. So therefore, we have to take some help of an augmented grammar. This one is called as augmented grammar. That is, whatever the symbol, start symbol is there, that derivation symbol we will take in order to include the dot. Okay, so now see the concept. E derives E dash derives E. Now, according to the concept, what after dot, if it is a non-terminal, we have to include that productions. Okay, so under E, how many production rules we have? We have two production rules. What are those? Rule number 1 and rule number 2 are the E production rules. Okay, so whenever upon seeing after dot and non-terminal, include the E productions. So E derives dot E plus T, and one more also there, that is E derives dot T. Okay, now what happened in the second rule, after dot again it is E, so both are same symbols, and in the third rule what happened, after dot we observed that a new symbol, that is a T. T is not entered before. So what happens, again the machine will ask what is T. So T consists of what? Again two rules. What are two rules? Rule number 3 and rule number 4. What are rule number 3? T derives T star F and T derives F. Again what happened here? In the T production, we observed a new symbol, that is F. So again the machine will ask what is F? What is F? F consists of again two productions. What are those? In the brackets E and F derives ID. So these are the two productions again. So now if you observe in the F productions, it consists of only terminals. That is a open parenthesis and ID. Both are terminals. So no need to, we will not include any productions, as we know terminals are symbols. Okay. Now I naught is completed. what happened after completion upon the I naught? Now we have to shift the dot according to our concept. So therefore take another new item set to shift for what? E. I am shifting for E. So take item set I1, that is E dash derives E dot. Okay. Again, if you observe here carefully, this symbol and this symbol both are same. So what happens? No, if it is the same symbol, we have to include in the same item set. So therefore, E derives E dot plus T. Okay. Now come to the third rule. What is this one? Again, this is a new symbol. So therefore, to shift that, take another new item set, that is I2. Now this will be E derives T dot. Now in the fourth one again what? This is also a same symbol, right? So we need to include in the same production, that is T derives T star T dot star F. Okay, now come to the next production. See here, again F is a new symbol. So take another item set, that is I3 to shift for F. So this will be I3 will be what? T derives F dot. Now come to the next rule. What is this one? Open bracket. So again it is a new symbol. According to the concept, if it is a different symbol, we have to take another item set, that is I4. Now I4 consists of F derives open bracket dot E. So what is our concept? Immediately after dot a non-terminal, we have to include those productions. So after a dot, we observe a non-terminal E. So include the E productions. What are the E productions we have? E derives E plus T and E derives E daughter T. Again we observed a non-terminal, that is T. So therefore include T productions. What are T productions? T derives T dot T star F and T derives dot F. Again in the T we observed a new symbol, that is F. Include F productions. What are F productions? F derives dot within the brackets and finally F derives id dot id. Okay, now come back again. So we have shifted for what? Open bracket. Now still we need to shift for id. So take another item set to shift for what? Id. Okay, that is I5. I5 is nothing but F derives id dot. Okay, now come back. See here in the I naught productions, for E symbol we have shifted in I1 and for T symbol we have shifted in I2 and for F symbol we shifted in I3 and open bracket shifted in I4 and ID shifted in I5. So now completely I naught all the production symbols we have shifted. Okay. Now come to I1. I naught is completed, so therefore come to I1. What is I1 now? This is a augmented grammar, that means the machine acceptance of the grammar. Okay, therefore here you have to write acceptance. And next one, what is this? Again still we have to shift for plus and T. So therefore to shift plus symbol, take a new item set, that is I6 to shift for what? A plus symbol. Now the grammar will be E derives E plus dot T. Okay, after shifting, again we observed a non-terminal. Include the T productions. T derives dot T star F and T derives dot F. Again after dot we observed a new symbol, that is F. So include the F productions also by dot F derives dot within the brackets E and F derives dot ID. Okay, that is how we have constructed the I6. Now I1 is completed. Now come to I2. What is this I2? This is a reduced action, means there is no symbols to shift. Therefore come to the next rule. What is the next rule again? We have to shift for what? Star. Again this is a new symbol. Take a another item set to shift for star, that is I7 is T derives T star dot F. Now what is F? A non-terminal, so we have to include the F production rules. Include the F production rules. Okay. So this is how the I7 looks like. I think now I2 was done. Now come to I3. What is I3? Again it is a reduce action. No more symbols to shift. So go to I4, that is for shifting for E. So take another new item set to shift for what? E. That is I8 is F derives open bracket E dot closing bracket. Okay, now if you observe here carefully, after dot this symbol and this symbol were same. So what we will do? We have to shift for both. So E derives E dot plus T. That is how these two productions will be included in I8 state. Okay. Next, whereas coming to the rest of the productions, already for these production rules, we are being shifting. So therefore, these the remaining will be discarded. We will not carry into the next states. Okay. We will not proceed. Now I4 was done. Now come to I5. What is I5? I5 is a reduced action. Now come to I6. Still I6, we need another item set to shift for what? To shift for T. Okay, so take another item set. What is this item set number? The item set number is I9. Now what is I9? E derives E plus T dot. Now again if you observe carefully, after dot this symbol and this symbol were same. So again carry the second production also, T derives T dot star F. Now come to the remaining one. What are the remaining one? Already we are done with all the productions, no need to carry. Okay. So I6 was done. Come to I7. What is I7? Still we need to shift for what? F. So take another item set to shift F, that is I10. T derives T star F dot. If you come to the next one, after dot there is no similar symbols, so we will simply ignore the productions. Okay. I7 was done. Now come to I8. What is I8? Still we have to shift for closing bracket. So take another new item set, that is I11 to shift for closing bracket also. Now it will looks like this. F derives open bracket E closing bracket dot. Now if you come here, this was a different symbol. Plus is a different symbol. So we will not carry. Okay. Now I8 was done. Come to I9. What is I9? You check only the starting rule only. Don't go with the second rules. Okay. Now what is the first rule? This is a reduced. Okay, so therefore go to the I10. What is I10? Again it is reduced. Come to I11. What is this? Again it is a reduced action. So therefore this is what the canonical collection of LR0 items or SLR0 items, both are same. From I0 to I11 states we have constructed for this above grammar. Okay, now let us see the construction of SLR parsing table. Okay, then finally after constructing the SLR parsing table, we will come to know that whether it is the grammar is a SLR or not. Okay, so let us take another page. Now